Assalamu alaikum and welcome back everyone to chapter 1.3 of the Arduino series. In this video we're going to cover how to be able to turn an LED on and off. The diagram that I'm showing you right now is how the circuit will take shape. For our preparation you're going to need 5 different things. I have 4 wires which are color coded, so 2 black, 2 red. I got my breadboard, the Arduino obviously, a LED of any color, and my resistor. And I have a 330 ohm resistor, and you need a minimum of 250 to stay safe, so that your microcontrollers, LEDs, or all the components that are within the microcontroller don't overheat. For this circuit, I'm going to utilize pin 10. You can choose whichever pin, anywhere from 0 to 13, as long as they are part of the digital pins. It doesn't really matter. Since the power is going to flow from the pins towards the LED, your pin will become the power source. To begin with, I'm going to connect my power connections. So my ground will go to the cold power rail, the blue power rail, and my pin will be connected to the hot power rail. Next, I'm going to connect my 330 ohm resistor somewhere around here in my breadboard. Now with the LED, you will find that there is a long tail and a short tail. The long tail will be connected to the pin, to the positive, to the hot rail. So the power will flow to the long pin and then will leave, or the small pin will be grounded. So the red wire will go to the long one, the black wire will go to the shorter one. You can have the resistor on either side, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose the long side where the resistor will be connected. So you just want to make sure you want to align where the resistor is to the long pin of the LED. Finally, you want to connect the last 2 pins. You want to connect the power, the hot, the red wire to the start of the resistor, and the short pin of the LED towards the grounded power rail. Next, you want to open up your IDE. If your IDE does not look like mine, you just want to go to File, Examples, Basics, and then Bare Minimum. You also want to go to your Tools tab and make sure that the correct board. Currently, I don't have the correct board, so I'm just going to switch it to my Uno. And you want to make sure that your port is connected. Since I don't have the Arduino connected, this is not an option that I'm going to have right now. Next, you want to go to your void setup. And then we're going to tell the Arduino which pin we're going to utilize. So we're going to write the command pin mode. You want to make sure the commands are pin sensitive. So you want to make sure your capital letters are all correct. I'm going to use pin 10. So I'm going to write down pin 10. Now here you write whether it's an input or an output. For you to be able to determine whether it's an input or an output, you just want to make sure, you just want to state where the communication is going. Since it's going from Arduino to LED, it's going to be considered an output. Close the bracket, and then with a semicolon. Now we're done with the void setup. You want to go to your void loop. The first command is going to be the command that will turn the LED on. So digital right. You want to make sure that your cases are correct. The pin, and then whether it's a 1 or a 0, high, low, on or off. In this case, the Arduino software uses highs and lows. So a high is a 1 and will subsequently turn the LED on. You want to close the bracket and then add a semicolon. We want a delay so that we can actually see it. 1000 the delay command works in milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. So you want to write that down. Close the bracket with a semicolon. The same. Now we're going to write the digital write command again. However, it's going to be a low since we want the LED to turn on and off. 10. Low, close the bracket, and then end with the semicolon. And then since we want to actually see it, and so that it doesn't turn off and then on straight away, we want a delay command. So we want to write down the same delay command. Since we want a gap of 1 second is reasonable, close the bracket and then add a semicolon. Now obviously you want to verify just to make sure. During the time that it's verifying, I'm going to connect my Arduino. The command is very simple, so for you to verify the sketch is not very important. However, it's still a good practice. You want to go to your Tools tab and make sure that the port is connected properly. Here it didn't automatically connect it, so you just want to make sure. Sometimes it does happen. And then I want to click COM4, and then I want to upload. And as soon as this uploads, my LED should turn on and off. Now you're able to change this however you want. We can make it that it stays high for 1 second and stays off for half a second. For instance, is also a possibility. Now that you see it that it's off a little bit less, let's see if it's visible. Now, when it comes to timing, it's completely up to you and up to your preference. So you can change it however you want. You just have to keep in mind that the delay command works in milliseconds.